Hello, Thundercats. I hope that everyone is doing well. I wanted to read to you today, After the Fall. Now, we've all heard of the story Humpty Dumpty, but this has a spin on it, so please join me in reading this book. Here we go. After the Fall. It's called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I love being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city. But I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying and trying until I got it just right. So he's making the paper airplanes, but notice they look like birds. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane, so his plane got stuck on top of the wall. And I thought about all the other things that I missed. So I decided I was going to climb that wall. See, again, his plane got stuck on the wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up, I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learn how to fly. The end. So what did you all think about After the Fall? Make sure you let your teachers know and let me know when you see me. Your teachers have some sheets for you because we know that accidents happen, and this is in our own personal life, and we want to make sure that we get back up. So you have worksheets to complete. Some of them, this one says, I won't give up. I keep trying even when it's hard. And that's what we need to make sure that we do. Even when it's hard, we keep trying. So you can say there's something you can do good, something that you can't do yet. I like that word, yet, because it means that someday you're going to do it. And I want you guys to keep being persistent. Also, we're going to look at a self-reflection for the older grades. Humpty Dumpty is afraid after his fall, and it prevents him from being happy. And then you're going to talk about some things that you're afraid of and what can you do to help you get over your fears. Because again, remember, the important thing is Humpty Dumpty fell, but the important thing is he got back up. And that's what I want all of us to do. Have a great day.
Good morning, Thundercats. These are the ladies from Miss Parman's class, and they're going to share with us their chant for their class spirit.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And they are going to help us say the Pledge of Allegiance. We will put our right hands over our hearts, all together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America